When they see each other, it's like they don't really care that one's a dog and one's a bird. They kiss each other, they cuddle. They're two peas in a pod. It's unbelievable. There's the stereotype that these Staffies can be these horrible dog breeds. It's just funny that these people don't know that actually his best friend is a little bird. Milo is very gentle with Cracker. He understands that he's smaller and he needs to be careful. And Cracker can be really bossy, even though he's the little one. But I think having Milo as his friend made him trust us even more because he was so vulnerable and hurt. We got Milo so long ago. I was pretty young when we got him, and he's just part of the family. He's like another family member. One day my dad took Milo for a walk to his park, and my dad called me and he was like, quick, bring a box to the park. I found a galah. He was bleeding pretty badly from his wing. We don't know, maybe he got attacked. He brought Cracker home and we kind of nursed him back to good health. At first, Milo was really obsessed with Cracker, but we thought he just wants to eat him because we didn't think they would want to be best friends. We got my granddad's old bird cage just to put Cracker in so he had somewhere safe to sit and we could feed him water and give him food. Milo would refuse to leave the side of the cage. He'd sit next to the cage for hours. He's actually a native Australian bird. They're wild birds that you see everywhere. They're called galah cockatoos. They're extremely loud. They're kind of the clowns of the bird world. We'd actually just leave the cage open because we thought he would want to leave at some point. He'd just come out of the cage and he'd sit there and he'd eat all day long. And I think just like resting his wing helped him heal. And I think also having Milo as his friend over time also helped him heal. He can't fly long distances anymore. The vet said that if he was to go back into the wild, he probably wouldn't survive. So we adopted him and we take care of him every day. But Cracker started to trust me immediately. I think it's because he knows we rescued him. It's made him trust us even more because he was so vulnerable and hurt at the park. But he doesn't like my dad, who actually found him. But yeah, he loves me. Instead, he loves Milo so much, and when they got together, it's just something you don't think you'd actually see in real life. And they pretty much do everything together. They'd eat together and play together, and Cracker just never left. If someone comes to the door, Milo has to bark, and when Milo barks, Cracker also squawks. They both like mimic each other, like barking and squawking at someone at the door. Apart from that, I think they copy each other with, if Milo's playing with a toy, then Cracker will want to also play with the toy. Milo usually doesn't share his toys, he shares them with Cracker, and he usually doesn't share his food either, but he shares it with Cracker. Milo is very gentle with Cracker. He knows that he understands that he's smaller and he needs to be careful with Cracker, which is very cute. And Cracker can be really bossy towards Milo. Like, he's definitely the boss, even though he's the little one. He's a massive show-off. He loves like any attention from really anyone, but he loves it from me and Milo, obviously. He lifts his leg out, which means he wants to be picked up. He loves being cuddled. But they both kiss each other. Milo will lick Cracker, and Cracker even sticks out his tongue like he's trying to do it back to Milo. Milo also hugs Cracker in a dog way, kind of squishes him down, which is his version of a hug.
You can have a lot of fun is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Cracker also kind of cleans Milo's fur, which is what birds do to each other. I guess they're kind of communicating to each other in the way that their own species does, but it's like a way of showing love. If Milo goes outside to see Cracker, Cracker comes down to the bottom so that he's on his level and they sit together, even if they're on opposite sides. I don't know what their little brains are thinking about each other. I wonder if they even know that they're not the same. They understand that one is big and one is small, but I think they just really love each other. I just bring Cracker inside and they just walk around together and do whatever they want to do. And they follow each other around the house, which is also very cute. And Milo is really silly. He always tries to be the best boy ever. He never wants to do bad things. He's really loving. My arm would fall off if he got pats as much as he wanted pats. He just wants to be patted forever and ever. But Cracker is really, he's got a lot of attitude. He's also really loud and crazy. But there was one time when Cracker went missing for 2 weeks. He flew away. And Milo was so sad. He'd go and he'd check his cage and the cage was empty and he'd sulk away. And then we saw a Facebook post that a galah had been handed into the vet. I went to the vet and I was like, I think this is the galah. And they were like, oh, there's no way you can prove it. And I was like, well, there's a way. As soon as we brought Milo into the vet, Cracker got down from his cage and he was doing his little kissy noises. And when we brought him home, Milo had this smile from ear to ear for hours. He was just in disbelief that Cracker was finally back. He gave him so many kisses and hugs that Cracker's feathers were all messed up. He looked like all shaggy because Milo had just smothered him in so much love when he came home. Milo was there for him when he was hurt, and I feel like Cracker will never forget that. And I think Milo just also loves just having this little friend that he knows will never hurt him and will just always be there. It breaks the stereotype of the kind of breed that Milo is because he's a Staffy. When I walk in, people sometimes they move away from him and they'll cross the road if they see him. And it's just funny that these people don't know that actually his best friend is a little bird. I think they definitely make each other's lives better.